Shedeur Sanders just blindsided the entire NFL with a secret KFC Prime equity clause that nobody saw coming. What everyone thought was just a fun chicken giveaway turned out to be a game-changing deal that could flip how rookie contracts are done forever.
These hot and spicy wings, they're the truth. And these wedges right here, light and fluffy. What more can you ask for? And they hot too. Come get them. What's really hot is the roof of my mouth.
The NFL is in full-blown scramble mode right now. Behind closed doors, executives are whispering, texting, and calling emergency meetings because of one rookie quarterback and a bucket of chicken. That's right. What looked like a harmless KFC stunt, a lighthearted family challenge, dreamed up by Coach Prime, just pulled the curtain back on something way bigger than free food and photo ops. At first glance, the Sanders family's little promotion was exactly what it appeared to be. Three brothers, each in their own city, handing out 250 KFC fill-ups to connect with fans and have a good time. Social media loved it, the fans loved it, and the media wrote it off as a typical Deion Sanders family moment. Charismatic, flashy, fun, and harmless. But here's the reality nobody outside the Sanders circle saw coming. This wasn't just a family bonding exercise. This was a carefully planned business move, a live test run designed to collect data, gauge market energy, and, most importantly, give Shedeur Sanders leverage that rookies simply don't get, while most draft prospects are sitting around, doing interviews and waiting for their agents to call. Shedeur was running what some insiders are now calling the smartest off-field play of the offseason. Why does this matter? Because when contract talks start heating up, leverage is everything. NFL teams negotiate from the standpoint of what a player can do on the field, maybe sprinkle in some personality for endorsements. Shedeur flipped the script. He didn't just show that fans love him. He demonstrated, in real time, that he can ignite an entire city before even taking a single snap. That's marketing power. That's bargaining power. And that's why Cleveland's front office, and every other team watching this unfold, is suddenly on edge. What looked like a cheerful Sanders family photo op is now being dissected by analysts as a blueprint for the future of rookie branding. Because while the rest of the league thought Shedeur was just passing out drumsticks, he was quietly building something that could change how athletes approach their first big payday forever. So, who exactly is Shedeur Sanders? To most casual NFL fans, he's just another rookie quarterback, a kid with a famous last name and a highlight reel full of college bombs. But if that's all you think he is, you're missing the point completely. Because Shedeur isn't just stepping into the league to play football. He's orchestrating something much bigger, a full-scale brand strategy that's already making waves before he's even put on a Browns jersey. While most prospects spend their pre-draft months locked away, focusing solely on film study and combined drills, Shedeur was quietly putting together a playbook of a different kind. He's not just preparing to throw touchdowns, he's preparing to build a legacy. He's got his music tracks that already have fans bumping them in the parking lots of his events. He's cultivated a social media presence that rivals some seasoned pros, and he's made it a point to connect with his new city on a level most rookies wouldn't even attempt. This isn't about distractions, it's about control. Shedeur knows the NFL isn't just a game anymore. It's an ecosystem of culture, entertainment, and commerce. And instead of waiting for brands and sponsors to come to him, he's building his own machine, the KFC stunt. That wasn't just about handing out food. It was a statement, a demonstration of his ability to move people, build crowds, and create moments that go viral without even trying. And here's what Cleveland Browns fans don't realize yet: they're about to witness a quarterback who's operating on two levels at once. On one hand, you'll see him in the huddle, commanding his teammates, studying defenses, doing everything you expect from a young QB. On the other hand, you're going to see a 22-year-old who understands how to own his market, connect with the community, and build a brand so strong that even the league can't ignore it. That dual threat, athlete and cultural figure, is what makes Shedeur so dangerous. It's not just about how far he can throw a football. It's about how far he can take an entire franchise, on and off the field. Cleveland has no idea what's coming, and by the time they figure it out, Shedeur might already be rewriting not just the Browns' future, but the entire blueprint for what it means to be a rookie. Quarterback in the NFL, the entire saga started with what looked like a wholesome, harmless idea from Coach Prime, Shedeur Sanders. Being the showman and motivator he's always been, decided to put his 3 sons to the test, not on the field, but in their own cities. The challenge? Each of them had to hand out 250 free fill-ups, connect with fans, and show they could move the needle in their communities. A fun family competition, right? Something to keep the Sanders name buzzing on social media during the off-season. That's exactly how the media covered it. They laughed, they shared the clips, they praised Coach Prime for another creative stunt. But while Dion Jr. was hyping up Instagram in Dallas and Shiloh was cracking jokes at a Tampa drive-thru calling himself the favorite son, Shedeur wasn't treating this like a game. He was treating it like a business experiment. One that no other rookie would even think to run. Cleveland was different. This wasn't just about chicken. Shedeur wasn't just smiling for photos and handing out boxes of food. He was observing, listening, watching who showed up, how they reacted, and what they felt. It was a live pulse check on a city that's been starving, not just for food, but for a savior under center. Think about that for a second. Most rookies don't even step foot in their new city until rookie minicamp, and even then, they're tucked away in team facilities, barely seeing the public. Shedeur flipped that script completely. He put himself in the middle of Cleveland, at a fast food restaurant no less, to see what the people really thought. Who's willing to leave work to meet their quarterback? Who's bringing their kids out on a school day just to shake his hand? Who's screaming his name before he's thrown a single NFL pass? And the result? Absolute chaos. The kind of turnout that even seasoned veterans struggled to pull. Crowds wrapped around the block, people chanting his name like he'd already delivered them a Lombardi trophy, and a city buzzing with energy that you just can't buy with billboards or commercials. For Shedeur, this wasn't about beating his brothers in some family bragging rights competition. It was about proving something far bigger, that he could command the attention, respect, and passion of an entire city before even suiting up. That's why this so-called KFC challenge is being replayed in NFL offices across the country. Because it didn't just reveal who won a fun family stunt, it revealed a rookie quarterback who already knows how to own a market. And Cleveland, they weren't ready for what happened next. What went down in Cleveland that day didn't just feel like a simple community event. It felt like the birth of something much bigger. By the time Shedeur showed up at that KFC, the place looked less like a fast food parking lot and more like a tailgate party before a playoff game. The line of cars wrapped around the block twice. People were standing shoulder to shoulder just for a glimpse. And the energy in the air was electric, in a way you only feel when a city senses something new is about to begin. Some people had been waiting for hours. You had parents pulling their kids out of school just so they could meet the guy they were already calling QB1. Workers skipped entire shifts. Bosses be damned, because the chance to shake hands with the rookie who might finally deliver a winning season was worth far more than punching the clock. And every single person there wasn't just there for free chicken. They were there because Cleveland has been starving for hope. And Shedeur Sanders was the first real taste of it they'd had in years. It wasn't just the turnout, though. It was the way people reacted when they finally got close to him. Fans weren't treating him like some college kid who just rolled into town. They treated him like a franchise cornerstone, like the savior they've been waiting for since the days of Bernie Kosar. Some were asking for selfies. Others were shaking his hand like he was already the mayor, and a few even brought homemade signs welcoming him to the city. One woman literally said, "We've been through Johnny, we've been through Baker, we've been through Watson. Please don't break our hearts to..." That's not the kind of thing you hear at a typical rookie. That's the kind of thing you hear when a city is ready to put its entire emotional investment into one player. And Shedeur, he didn't look overwhelmed, he didn't look nervous, he didn't even look like a rookie soaking up his 15 minutes of fame. He looked calm, confident, like he'd been here before. He shook hands, he laughed with fans, he signed whatever was put in front of him, but he also studied the crowd like a CEO at a product launch. Every chant, every question, every scream of "Save us, Shedeur," was information he was storing away, not just as a player, but as a brand builder. The moment was bigger than football, and you could feel it. This wasn't a meet and greet, it was a rally. It was Cleveland, a city desperate for a new leader, getting its first taste of the man they hope will carry them out of years of disappointment. And in that moment, it didn't matter that Shedeur Sanders had yet to throw a single pass in a Browns uniform. To those fans, he wasn't just the new quarterback. He was the future. And as the crowd kept swelling and the chants kept getting louder, it became crystal clear. This KFC giveaway wasn't a PR stunt anymore. It was a coronation, and Shedeur Sanders was already wearing the crown. In the middle of all the chaos, there was one moment that told you everything you need to know about Shedeur Sanders. As the crowd kept growing and the chants of QB1 echoed through the parking lot, one fan decided to stir the pot. From the middle of the line, this guy yells out, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Hey, Joe Flacco, ain't it? We need Shedeur." The whole place erupted. Some laughing, some booing, some cheering, even louder for Sanders. Most rookies, they either ignore it or make a rookie mistake and throw some shade back. But Shedeur, he handled it like a pro who's been in the league for years. He laughed, flashed that easy grin, and said, "Nah, Joe Flacco, my man, bro. That's the vet. Much respect." He diffused the tension instantly, showing class and respect for the veteran while still letting the fans know, without saying it outright, that he's ready to be their guy.
My stomach is all the way on E. I need a couple of them fill-ups. Too easy. Yes, sir. I got you. Thank you. You are the man. Thank you, sir. Legendary. That was a good vibe. Like that? Yeah.
The fans loved it. They cheered even louder, and suddenly that tension turned into a moment of connection. The kind of moment that turns a rookie into a local hero before he's even thrown a pass. It showed everyone there that Shedeur wasn't just a kid hoping to fit in. He could handle the politics, the pressure, and the passion of Cleveland without breaking a sweat. And that, more than anything, proved he wasn't just here to play quarterback. He was here to own the role. What happened at that KFC wasn't just some fun off-season promo or a quirky Sanders family challenge. Why Shedeur Sanders is so different from every other rookie quarterback stepping into the league right now. Most rookies are still trying to figure out how to shake hands with the media without looking nervous. They're learning how to answer scripted questions at pressers, how to fit in with the vets, and how not to draw attention for the wrong reasons. But Shedeur, he's already playing on another level. That moment with the Joe Flacco heckler wasn't just a funny interaction, it was a masterclass in leadership and image control. He showed Cleveland he can navigate pressure, handle fan expectations, and keep things classy, all while letting people know he's ready to be the guy they rally behind. That's something you can't teach at the combine, and it's something most rookies don't figure out until they've already stumbled a few times under the spotlight. Look around the league at guys like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, both talented, both with sky-high expectations, but both still learning how to carry themselves as the face of a franchise. It's not a knock on them, it's just the reality of being a rookie. There's a learning curve. He's walking into Cleveland already understanding what it takes to connect with fans, work a crowd, and project confidence without cockiness. And that's why this moment hit so hard for Cleveland fans. They've been burned before. Was supposed to be the savior. Baker Mayfield was supposed to be the one. Deshaun Watson was supposed to turn the tide. Every time the city's hopes got built up, only to crash down harder than before. But with Shedeur, there's something different. Maybe it's the Sanders family pedigree. Maybe it's the calm, collected way he handles himself. Or maybe it's just that, for once, Cleveland sees a quarterback who feels like he truly gets the city and the people in it. That KFC event proved something bigger than hype. It showed that Shedeur Sanders isn't just a name or a draft pick. He's already acting like the leader of a team and the face of a city. And for Cleveland, that might finally be the difference they've been waiting for. And look at the bigger picture. What the Sanders family is doing right now goes way beyond touchdowns, draft stock, or rookie hype. They're rewriting the playbook for how athletes, especially young stars, blend football, culture, and business into something that the NFL has never quite seen before. And make no mistake, the league's marketing executives are watching every single move. The Sanders name has always been bigger than just the game. Deion coach Prime Sanders built his career on more than just being one of the greatest athletes to ever step on the field. He turned himself into a brand, a walking, talking, larger-than-life personality who blurred the line between entertainment and sports. Now, he's passing that same blueprint to his kids. And Shedeur is the one poised to take it to a whole new level. Think about it. Shedeur isn't just coming into Cleveland to play quarterback. He's coming in as a musician with tracks that fans already know by heart. As a social media figure who can rack up millions of impressions without even stepping on the field. As a young face who can energize a city just by showing up at a local KFC. That's not just being a player. That's being a cultural force. And that's exactly why the NFL can't look away. For decades, teams have relied on commercials, press releases, and controlled narratives to sell their players to the public. The Sanders family is showing a different model, one where the player doesn't just fit into the machine, but becomes the machine. They're taking control of the narrative, building a direct connection to fans, and creating events and moments that feel authentic instead of manufactured. For Cleveland, that means more than just excitement on Sundays. It means they're getting a quarterback who isn't just going to try to win games, but who's going to make the Browns matter in a way they haven't in decades. This is a city desperate for relevance, desperate for a spark, and Shedeur's ability to pull 1,000 people to a chicken joint on a weekday shows he can deliver that spark better than any billboard ever could. And for the Sanders family, this isn't just about now. This is about legacy. They're not just raising NFL players, they're building an empire that fuses athletics, culture, and community. Shedeur is the next evolution of that vision. He's got the on-field skill, the charisma, and the business savvy to carry it forward, making the Browns more than just a football team, but a movement, and the league knows it. Here's the truth the NFL doesn't want to admit out loud. What happened with Shedeur Sanders at that KFC in Cleveland wasn't just about handing out free food or winning some playful family competition. This was market research, personal branding, and contract leverage all rolled into one. And the Sanders family executed it so flawlessly that the rest of the league is scrambling to catch up. Think about it. NFL scouts can measure arm strength, 40-yard dash times, Wonderlic scores, and every stat in between. They can project how many touchdowns a player might throw or how quickly he can read a defense. Until now is a player's ability to move a market, to walk into a city and not just get noticed, but to ignite a fan base in real time. That's exactly what Shedeur Sanders just did. And now, the Browns front office, along with marketing, departments across the league are being forced to ask a new question. How much is that worth? Because here's the thing, Shedeur isn't just a rookie quarterback. He's already functioning like the face of a franchise and a cultural icon, all before taking his first snap. He's creating energy in Cleveland that billboards can't, buy-in that no endorsement campaign could replicate. And when it comes time to talk contracts, endorsements, and long-term deals, that leverage is going to matter. A lot. This is why NFL executives are nervous. The Sanders family has shown, once again, that they're not just playing the game, they're changing it. They're showing that a rookie can arrive not as a blank slate for the team to market, but as a fully formed brand with its own gravitational pull. That changes negotiations, it changes expectations, and it changes how teams have to think about their relationship with a star player. And for Cleveland, a leader who can fill stadiums, sell jerseys, connect with fans, and yes, win games, all while building a legacy that could last long after the last whistle blows. The NFL has spent years trying to control its stars, to package them neatly for the public. The Sanders family just showed that those days are over. With Shedeur leading the way, the power dynamic is shifting, and if the league isn't careful, it won't just be reacting to this new era. It'll be forced to play by the Sanders rules. So now the question has to be asked. What exactly did we just witness in Cleveland? Was this simply a clever marketing stunt that happened to blow up? Or are we watching the birth of something much bigger? Is Shedeur Sanders really the savior Cleveland has been waiting for all these years? Or is this just another case of a fan base latching on to hope before the first real test even happens? And beyond Cleveland, is this the start of a cultural shift? In the NFL itself, for decades, rookies came into the league as quiet, blank slates, waiting for teams to mold their public image and tell their story for them. But Shedeur and the Sanders family as a whole aren't waiting for anyone. They're building their own narrative, their own connection to fans, and their own legacy. one viral moment at a time. What we saw at that KFC wasn't just about chicken or free meals. It was a signal that the way stars are built in this league is changing right before our eyes. Shedeur hasn't thrown a single pass in a Browns uniform yet, but he's already commanding the attention of a city and sending ripples through the league office. So, what do you think? Is Shedeur Sanders the real deal, the face of a new Cleveland era, and maybe the NFL's next big cultural icon? Or is this hype train about to derail when the real games begin? And more importantly, are we witnessing the future of how rookies seize power and redefine what it means to be a franchise player? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more breaking NFL stories you won't hear anywhere else. Trust me, this Shedeur Sanders story is just getting started, and you're not going to want to miss what comes next.